Hello students, welcome back to video number 4 of chapter number 4, that is the molecular basis of inheritance. In the last video we have discussed about transcription and translation process. In today's video we will discuss about gene expression and gene regulation. So, in a living cell, a gene expresses itself as a result what is formed, either a structure protein or an active protein, that is the enzyme or RNA is produced. So, all these they are required for different metabolic activities. And the gene expression can be controlled or regulated at various levels, such as at transcription level or at post-transcriptional events or level or at translational level. Today we will discuss about the transcriptional regulation of gene expression. So small extracellular or intracellular metabolites, they trigger either initiation or inhibition of gene expression. So the clusters of genes with related functions, they are called operon. What they are called? Operon. So they usually transcribe single messenger RNA molecule. And if you consider example of E. coli, some around 260 genes are grouped in 75 different operons. Now, regulation of gene, or how the genes they are regulated at various level. So the genes expression process is regulated at different levels in eukaryotes, like first transcription level, then at regulation of splicing, where introns they are removed, then transport of messenger RNA from nucleus to cytoplasm, then at translation level. So these are different levels where gene expressions are regulated. Now coming to the concept of operon. What is operon? See, each operon is a unit of gene expression and regulation, which includes the structural gene and their control elements. And these control elements, they are promoters and operators. So, the structural genes code for proteins, rRNA and transfer RNA, which is required by the cell. Then promoters are the signal sequence in DNA that starts RNA synthesis. So these are the sites where the RNA polymerase are bound during transcription. Then the operators, they are present between the promoters and structural gene. Then the repressor proteins bind to the operator region of the operon. So basically, regulatory genes, they are responsible for formation of repressors which interact with operators. Now we'll see the lac operon or the lactose operon. So in case of lac operon, the metabolism of lactose in cells requires 3 enzymes, and these enzymes, they are permease, beta galactosidase and transacetylase. And the enzyme permease is needed for entry of lactose in the cell. Beta galactosidase brings about hydrolysis of lactose into glucose and galactose, while the third enzyme, transacetylase, transfers acetyl group from acetyl coenzyme A to beta galactoside. So now the promoter, or you can say the promoter site in lac operon is P, and regulatory site is I, and the operator site is O. So in this figure you can see all three sides to the left hand side: promoter side, regulatory side, and operator side. And beside this there are three structural genes, namely Z, Y, A. These are structural genes. The Z gene codes for beta galactosidase enzyme, while the Y gene codes for permease, and A gene for trans-acetylase. So these structural genes, they code for three different enzymes, means they are proteins. Now what happens in lac operon, or you can say lac operon is a polycistronic structural gene which is regulated by common promoter and regulatory genes. So when the cell is using its normal energy source glucose, the I gene, which is present here, transcribes a repressor mRNA, after translation of which a repressor protein is produced, and it binds the operator region of the operon and prevents the RNA polymerase from transcribing the operon. So then what happens? As a result of it, beta galactosidase is not produced. Understood? When I gene, or you can say when the E. coli cell use glucose as a source of energy, I genes, they are transcribe a repressor protein. So this repressor protein binds the operator region of the operon and prevents the RNA polymerase from transcribing the operon. So what happens due to this? Beta galactosidase is not produced. Now what happens when glucose is absent? So if lactose is available as energy source for the bacteria, then the lactose enter the cell as a result of the activity of permease enzyme, which acts as an inducer and interacts with the repressor to inactivate it. So what happens? The repressor is inactivated, the RNA polymerase can bind itself to the operator site and then transcribe the operand to produce lac mRNA, which enables formation of all the three required enzymes needed for lactose metabolism. So here two conditions are applied: when glucose is present and when glucose is absent. So the regulation, so in this figure you can see all the three structural genes, they are transcribed in the second figure, that is the XYZ. All three enzymes, they are produced, that is beta galactosidase, permease, and trans-acetylase, in presence of inducer. So lactose is acting as an inducer. So this regulation of lac operon by the repressor, it is a very good example of negative control of transcription initiation. So in the next figure also you can see the same. When the inducer is absent, then the structural genes, they are not produced. When the inducer is present, structural genes, all three genes, they are produced. So the clusters of genes with related functions, they are called operons, and they usually transcribe single messenger molecule. And in E. coli, just now I said there are 260 genes which are grouped in 75 different operons. And each operon is a unit of gene expression and regulation, which includes the structural gene and their control elements, that is the promoter and operator. So this is the working of lac operon. So what is the role of lactose then? So when molecules of lactose enter the cell by enzyme permease, a small amount of this enzyme is present even when the operon is switched off. So few molecules of lactose, they act as inducer and bind to repressor. And this repressor-inducer complex fails to join with the operator gene, which is then turned off. Therefore, structural gene produce all three enzymes. So thus here lactose act as an inducer of its own breakdown. So for lactose metabolism, what is needed? Lactose is needed. So when the inducer level falls, the operator is blocked again by repressor. And so structural genes, they are not repressed because they are inactivated again. So this is one type of a negative feedback, or you can say negative control of transcription initiation. So this is all about today, that is the how the lactose operon operates and which three structural genes are synthesized in lac operon and what is the role of lactose. I hope you have understood today's topic. In the next part, we will discuss about genomics. So till then, goodbye, take care.